If you like sleeping in on your vacations, then this is for you. Hey there, Man Fam, and welcome back to another best night ever in the theme parks. This is the series for you, my fellow night gremlins. I recently did a rope drop series, but now it's time for us who thrive at night to shine. This is the series where I bring you with me to the final few hours of the theme parks being open to show you why the evening and night are my favorite time to come to theme parks. Today we are at Universal Orlando to head to Universal Studios Florida, home of the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, Diagon Alley, The Mummy, The Family, and one of my favorite nighttime shows of all time. So let's get to it. I'm headed into the park today at 5:30, which means I have 3.5 hours of park time before close, and I am so excited. This is, again, the OG park here at Universal Orlando, and it's been a while since I've done like ride content here. We've done videos at Islands of Adventure recently, we've done epic videos, and we've done food content here, but it's been a while since I've just come and like had a wonderful night. So I'm super excited, and I'm super excited to be bringing you with me. All right, we made it into the park. First up, let's take a look at the wait times. All right, it's 5:30 on a Thursday in the summer. It was quite busy at Epic earlier, but this is why I'm telling you to come to these parks at night. 5 minutes at VillainCon, 5 minutes at the Troller Coaster, 10 minutes at Rip Ride Rocket, 15 at Men in Black, 15 at The Simpsons, 20 at ET, 25 at Escape from Gringotts. Longest waits in the park, Mummy at 60 minutes, but that's it. It is a really lovely day as far as wait times go. Honestly, wouldn't even need Express on an evening like this, but I do have it with my annual pass, so I'm gonna use it if needed. And we're gonna kick things off with an attraction that I think, and I know Alan agrees, gets too much hate, Illumination VillainCon Minion Blast. This is a newer attraction here. You are headed to VillainCon, a convention for villains, to try out for the recently opened up spot in the Vicious Six, the most notorious group of ne'er-do-wells and nefarious agents. You're gonna do this by grabbing a blaster and shooting at anything you can, but what I think's fun about it is if you've got the Universal app, you can set up an account and you can set it to different modes of play with different tasks, so it's got a lot of re-rideability, which is why I like it. It also, because of the ride vehicle, which is basically a moving airport sidewalk, doesn't usually ever get a long wait. But I genuinely think it's hilarious. Like, non-ticket holders will be vaporized. We apologize for any inconvenience. If you walk around in this queue, which we've done a video on this when the this newly revamped Minion Land opened, there's so many Easter eggs and it's so funny, especially if you're a fan of this franchise, that I think it gets unnecessary hate, and it is a good ride for what it is, which is like an A+ filler attraction with lots of re-rideability. Crushed it on the leaderboard at 173 for the day. It's not too bad, it's not too bad. But really, I always have a fun time on that ride. And now we're gonna go ahead to one of the most popular rides in the park, because I wanna ride this before I get a snack. And that's Revenge of the Mummy. This is a banger attraction and one of my favorite in all of Universal Orlando. It has a 48-inch height requirement, and it is a part dark ride, part roller coaster, as you are headed onto the set of the Brendan Fraser Mummy movies, where everyone except for Brendan Fraser believes that the Curse of Imhotep is real. Which is why when you're in the queue, you're gonna see both ancient Egyptian sets and movie props, because you're on a movie set. But I'm sure everything's fine. You know, Brendan's not a believer. That's all right. I'm sure that everything will go all right. I'm sure the movie will be a big success, and I'm sure he'll get his cup of coffee. The current wait is 45 minutes, so it's even dropped since we got in here, which is very manageable. But again, I'm gonna use that express. They've also got single rider, which is pretty quick. But for now, I gotta drop my camera in a locker, because anything bigger than a small fanny pack or something you can put in your pocket is not allowed on this ride. The Mummy bangs. You know it, I know it, we all know it. The Mummy rules. It is held up after these many, many years. And it's phenomenal. It should be on your agenda whenever you're coming to Universal Studios. Okay, now that that's out of the way, I'm hungry. Now, the place I most regularly eat in this park is the Leaky Cauldron in Diagon Alley in the Wizarding World, because I love those fish and chips. I also really like the jacket potatoes, particularly the shepherd's pie jacket potato from the little cart outside of Diagon Alley. But it's really hot right now. Florida be Floridaing, and neither of those things, they sound a little too heavy. Other things I enjoy in this park, I really like the Bumblebee Man tacos over in Springfield, which is the Simpsons area. Richter Burger, Alan and I went recently for a video, and they've completely redeemed themselves IMO with their new menu. I also genuinely like Minion Cafe. I think that's a really fun spot, not only because the theming's amazing, but the food's adorable, and it's actually really good. They've done a great job making it fun and whimsical, but also stuff you want to eat. But when I'm looking for something a little bit lighter, I'm headed to Today Cafe, which is sandwiches and salads. They've also got great coffees and pastries, and they have a new sandwich I personally have not tried before that I'm excited to give a whirl. But it's just a great spot if you're looking for something a little bit less filling and less heavy on a hot day. All right, here is my sandwich. Now, in the past, I've enjoyed the grilled cheese that's got apples on it. That's probably my favorite here. I also love that they serve breakfast all day, but this is a newer addition to the menu. I've never seen this, or I've never had this at least, but it jumped out at me. It's a chicken salad sandwich. Chicken salad's got apples and cranberries in it, and then the bread, multigrain bread, and then it's got jalapeno bacon on it, and I was like, yeah, I would like that. One thing about me, I love chicken salad. I actually love salad, like Caesar salad, but also just like egg salad, potato salad, chicken salad. Any mayonnaise-based salad, I'm in. So let's try this one. Yum. First of all, I can see that it's dark meat and light meat chicken, which is better. There's more flavor. Tons of crunch because of the multigrain bread, but also the nuts in the chicken salad. The bacon is perfectly crispy and actually has heat, so it's balancing the little bit of sweetness coming from the craisins and the apples. Like, is this the most exciting thing you're gonna eat at a theme park? No. But is it a really good chicken salad sandwich? Yeah, it is. I will definitely eat this again. And again, this is, not the coolest themed restaurant. It's not the over-the-top whimsy of Minions or Harry Potter, but if you're looking for something lighter and just a place to chill, luxuriate, this is a great spot. Delicious little dinner consumed, and now we are back on our merry way. Now, we don't have a ton of time in the park today. This is just the evening. But if I had more time, I'd be headed in to the 6:45 Universal Horror Makeup Show. It's one of my favorite things in the park. It's one of the only original things left in the park, and it is very funny, and it's all about how they do makeup for horror films, and I really love it, genuinely. But there's some more rides I want to do and some other entertainment I want to see, but I do recommend that 10 out of 10, especially on a hot day or if it's rainy. It's a great show. We instead are going to do a completely different remaining opening day attraction. You know it, you love it. We're headed to the Green Planet with E.T. Once I was in line for this ride, and the youths behind me asked if it was a Stranger Things ride, and I sighed, but also I'm seeing these kids on bikes. It's a forest. I get it. It's 80s themed. I get it. A Stranger Things ride would bang, but that's not what this is. This is Steven Spielberg's fever dream, because it's half the last 15 minutes of E.T. and half a brand new story where you help E.T. head to his home, the Green Planet, to cure everyone of an ailment, because apparently only E.T. has this power. None of the other E.T.s could do this. It's got a 25-minute wait right now, but we're going to use Express, but it looks like it might be a little bit less than that. It's a must-do for me at this park. We're on bangers only tonight. God, I've never noticed this. Look at the stroller parking sign. What an absolute fever dream. I mean, I'll be right here. Thank you, Molly. I love it. I love it. Listen. I know that that's not an e-ticket for most people. And I know there are bigger priorities when you're at the Universal Parks, but man, if that doesn't just bring you joy, or at least make you smile, even in a confused way, I don't know what will. Next up, headed to ride, I think an underrated attraction at this point, Men in Black Alien Attack. This is a shooter style attraction where you are headed to the Men in Black to train to join the agency. But as happens so many times in theme parks, things go awry and you are thrust into a situation where it's actually up to you to save the planet. Are you qualified? You've had 30 seconds of practice shooting, so sure, why not? This bad boy is a 42-inch height requirement, and it does have lockers because it spins at certain points, which is surprising to some people because normally shooter rides aren't that intense. But it's another one that I think is super fun, especially because as a shooter style attraction, you don't always get practical sets and real targets to aim at with your laser gun. Oftentimes there's screens or digital things, and I love that you're riding through big practical sets to take on the pesky little aliens. Love that attraction. A couple of pro tips. One, you don't have to continuously shoot the trigger button. You can just hold it down and it's way easier and your thumb doesn't get tired. Two, when you are supposed to shoot the other car, turn around and shoot your own. You're gonna make yourself spin, but it's way easier and closer to aim. Three, if you hit an alien, hit it again, because the more times you hit the same alien, the higher point value you have. Four, the farther away an alien is, the higher point value it has. And five, when you get into that big room with Will Smith on the TV and that big giant alien, just start smashing that button that they tell you not to smash. Smash it as early as you can, because they give the first people in the cars to hit 100,000 bonus points. So good luck. Don't tell your family I told you any of that, and bet them snacks or drinks next time you're in the park. Now, headed with a little bit of gusto into my favorite land. One of my favorite lands in the whole widest world, which is the Wizarding World of Harry Potter Diagon Alley, because obviously, one, it's magical and wonderful and beautiful and so incredibly themed, but two, there's a couple more performances from the entertainment here tonight, and I would like to catch it. I think we could all use a little wizarding magic performance right now. But let's do a wait time check as I'm scurrying in right before 7 o'clock. All right, Despicable Me Minion Mayhem, 10 minutes. E.T. still 25. Fast and Furious Supercharged is closed for the day. It tends to close early. 25 at Escape from Gringotts. 25 at Rip Ride. 15 still at Alien Attack. 25 at Jimmy Fallon. 45 at Mummy. 35 at Transformers. And 15 for Simpsons. That's beautiful. That's what you love to see. Hello. Hi. Yeah, how are you?
Doing well, Chez. Hey, I can't complain, you know, I'm okay. I'm just hanging around, you know.
What should I do in Diagon Alley?
That's a good question. What do you want to do, really?
I'm a little thirsty.
Gotta have a butterbeer.
Butterbeer?
Yeah, you know, plenty of places in Diagon. You know, you can go to the Hopping Pot, you can go to the Fountain of Fair Fortune.
Okay.
You can go to, like, Leaky Cauldron if you get some food too, you know.
Yeah.
Lots of places.
Flowing Forts Excuse ice cream.
Oh, get a little ice cream? That's pretty nice.
Butterbeer, go for the butterbeer ice cream.
Okay.
That's always good to me.
Thank you.
There once three brothers who were traveling along a lonely winding road at twilight.
The second brother was an arrogant man, decided he wanted to humiliate death still further, and asked for the power to recall others from death. So death picked up a stone from the riverbank and gave it to him.
And gave it to his son.
just enjoyed the delightful Tales of Beetle the Bard here on the Diagon Alley stage. There's 2 shows they do throughout the day. Neither one's very long. They're both like 10, 15 minutes long. It's that one which does the Tale of the Three Brothers, and they use these beautiful, amazing puppets, as well as they have Celestina Warbeck and the Banshees, who's the jazz crooner Molly Weasley loves. And it's just these short little things. They're not showstoppers. They're not like big productions that you would carve a lot of time out to see, but I really think they enhance your time here in Universal, especially in the Wizarding World, as such a big fan. So I always recommend grabbing yourself a little treat, a little butterbeer, a little ice cream, a little beer or something, and enjoying those shows, which I didn't have time to do because we were cutting it close after Men in Black, but we're gonna get a treat, don't you worry. But first, I've been meaning to check on my account and my grandpa. Harry Potter and the Escape from Gringotts is another part dark ride, part roller coaster, but this time we're throwing in 3D simulator as well. It's multiple ride types in one, and the plot is that you are headed into Gringotts Bank at the same time as Harry, Ron, and Hermione and Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows. Specifically, they are headed to Bellatrix Lestrange's vault to try and get the Horcrux. Which is why when you see their shadows in the queue, Ron is a Death Eater and Hermione is Bellatrix Lestrange because they've used Polyjuice Potion. Well, Hermione has. She also jinxed Ron's face to look different. You guys get me. This attraction has one of the best queues on planet Earth, in my opinion. The bank is absolutely stunningly gorgeous. So even if you don't want to ride these, even if you think the 3D simulator will make you nauseous, I at least recommend going into the bank to see the lobby because it's jaw-droppingly beautiful. This does have a 42-inch height requirement, and it does require lockers in the same way Mummy did. So I gotta go throw my camera in one of those, and then we're off to see Grandpa. Hi, Grandpa. I hope you're doing well. I hope everything's doing well with the counting. You're still counting. Your nails look great though. Love you. Such an amazing experience. My favorite ride in the park. Well, this and Mummy. It's a close call. I love them both. And now, as I mentioned earlier, we got to get a treat. And there's no better place to get a treat in Diagon Alley than Florian Fortescue's Ice Cream Parlor. And here you'll find soft serve and hard pack ice cream of classic flavors like chocolate or vanilla, strawberry, but they also have more unique flavors like my favorite, strawberry peanut butter. That's also Harry Potter's favorite. Clotted cream, Earl Grey and lavender, chocolate chili, and it's some of my favorite ice cream I've ever had. I got my all-time favorite ice cream, which is the strawberry peanut butter, but I got sprinkles. I've never gotten sprinkles before, and I don't know why. I love sprinkles, and they have sprinkles. I don't know, but here's a reminder that you can get sprinkles, and you should, even as an adult, because it's just whimsy you can eat. It's so good. You can get a cup or a cone or a sundae. You can get 2 flavors if you get a cone. I just wanted the one because, again, it's my all-time favorite. Do pack your patient pants if you go in there because it is very popular, and the team members, as always, are going as fast as they can, but it's so good. And, like, it's ice cream, which is a very normal treat, but it's whimsical wizard ice cream, so it's a little more fun and unusual. Plus, sometimes it just hits a spot. And now, my ice cream and I are going to peruse Diagon Alley for a little bit. Do a little window shopping, a little exploring, just because I love it here so much. So I gotta at least go in my 2 favorite shops. I caught the dragon breathing fire as I was headed to my first store. And like, I've seen it do that a million times, but it's been a minute, first of all. And second of all, just hearing the crowd around me, it's the same as when Tinkerbell flies at Magic Kingdom. It's just like the kids around me, all the adults around me that grew up reading these stories like I did. Like, there is real magic in these parks, and we all need it sometimes. So, okay, we're regrouping, and we're going to the evil part now so I can get it together. Because as any good Slytherin knows, no trip to Diagon Alley is complete without a little side quest to Nocturn Alley, which is where, you know, the maybe a little more suspicious, a little more nefarious, little more, maybe you don't want to be out in the open with whatever you're doing type activities take place. And not only are there some amazing magic spells back here, I forgot a wand, and I honestly thought about buying one just to do some spells, and then I was like, don't be ridiculous. But if I'd had one, we would be doing magic right now, because it's amazing, especially the new magic with the new Gen 2 wands and the new quests. But regardless, my favorite store in a theme park probably is this one right here, Borgin & Burke's. And it is the store we see in Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets with Malfoy. We see it again with the Vanishing Cabinet, also with Malfoy. And there's so many cool Easter eggs and details in here, like the cursed necklace that eventually Malfoy gives to Katie Bell. Oh my god. Oh my god, did you see that? That really did get me. Or the Hand of Glory that can be used to plunge everyone else into darkness, but you're still able to see. Very popular by thieves and also used by Malfoy. You know, there is really a pattern. There really is a pattern here. And I just think Universal Creative outdid themselves in all of the Wizarding Worlds of Harry Potter, but I think this store is just a beautiful encapsulation of that. Like right here, this cabinet that's shaking, this trunk that's shaking, that's got a boggart inside of it. Or if you look back on the wall, there's some notices from Dolores Umbridge. Half-breeds. Literature, oh, we're banning books. Great. And actually, a lot of the props up here on the second story of the shop are screen used. And if you like that kind of stuff, if you like that kind of detail, if you're a Harry Potter nerd or just a theme park nerd who appreciates that kind of stuff, I have a video where I've got over 100 Wizarding World secrets in it. It doesn't have Epic in it. I shot that one before Epic, but I did another one where there's 200 secrets just Epic, and there's a ton of Wizarding ones in there too. So those are some of my favorite videos to make just because I'm a nerd and because Universal outdid themselves. It's not quite dark yet, but it is becoming dark. It's about 8:15 right now. And it's just like this land at night is magic. It's like golden hour right now in here, and it's so beautiful. And it gets more beautiful at night if possible. We're not really going to get the chance to see it tonight because we've got to get to a few more things, and it stays light for so long right now. But soon, Horror Nights will be upon us, and we will definitely see it then. But if you haven't seen it at night before, I do recommend. One last pit stop while we're here in Diagon, and that's to Weasley's Wizard Wheezes, my other favorite store, owned and operated by Fred and George Weasley, the Chaos Twins in their own right. And this is another one that's chock full of beautiful details. Look at that sky. Look at that. That is so beautiful. Anyway, this is another one that's chock full of really wonderful, whimsical details, but unlike the ones in Borgin & Burke's, they're not spooky. They're just silly. And I really appreciate their slogan right here, shenanigans for all. Actually, one of my favorite Easter eggs is up here on that second story. You can see they've got a demonstration of Peruvian instant darkness powder, which goes in hand with the Hand of Glory we saw in the last shop, because the Weasleys are selling this as something whimsical, but then they start selling it to the Ministry because they become weapons dealers for some reason, because the government in the Wizarding World is no better place to acquire weapons of destruction other than the Weasley twins. Anyway, Malfoy uses that and then uses the Hand of Glory to be able to see because it makes everything dark around you. And then I also love that we have a little nod to Fred and George's most glorious exit from Hogwarts when they play a big old prank on the worst Dolores Umbridge with the beautiful fireworks display that chases her around the castle. And so you've got never-ending fireworks on the ceiling. All right, let's check the wait times. It's a little after 8:20 right now. The park officially closes in 40 minutes. I think I'm going to try and sneak in one more ride and then get a drink with my best friend before we head to watch the nighttime spectacular. But let's do wait times one more time. 5 minutes at Despicable Me, 35 at E.T., 25 at Escape from Gringotts, 25 at Rip Ride Rocket. Men in Black is delayed right now. A couple things are closed because they are scheduled to close early. 45 at Mummy, 25 at Jimmy Fallon, and delayed at Transformers, which I'm not going to lie to you, is the one extra ride I was going to try and sneak in. I actually quite like Transformers, even though I don't care about the Transformers themselves as a franchise. I do like that ride. However, it's closed for technical difficulties, which is a bummer. But you know what? It wasn't even on my list I wrote out for the night. It was going to be bonus because we were moving and grooving through everything else. And as I've said before, you know, unfortunately sometimes that stuff happens in theme parks, but we're still having a great day. We're still having fun. So let's just go luxuriate for a moment with my bestie, and then we will go get a spot for the nighttime show. Now, if you've been around for a while, you know my bestie is Bruce the Shark from Jaws. And he's hanging out right here, right next to Chez Alcatraz, this bar that somewhat recently underwent a huge refurbishment. Looks great. And they have a variety of specialty cocktails that are Jaws or shark or water themed, as well as beers, and it's a bar, so you can order whatever you want. But you know, if I'm going to have a cocktail, it's going to be with my guy. This is a perfect situation. Got my bestie. The sky is stunning right now, and I just picked up one of my favorite theme park cocktails, the Ruby Paloma. It took me a long time to find a drink at this bar that I like because my heart wants to order the Ocean Attack, which is the one where they do the plastic shark and they put gummy sharks in it and stuff. But it is my lot in life that I don't like sweet drinks, and like every Jaws drink has blue curacao and grenadine, and it's so sugary sweet. I can't do it. But what I can do is this delicious cocktail. It's so refreshing. It is Deep Eddy Ruby grapefruit vodka plus El Jimador Blanco tequila, soda water, Sprite, and lime juice, or a fresh lime on there. But I don't ask for Sprite, I ask for double soda water, so it's just refreshing. It's tart. It's a little sweet, but mostly it's just tart. She said I could salt the rim or tahini the rim, but I didn't do that. And I'm just gonna enjoy this for a few minutes with my bestie. And the fact that they're playing movie scores loudly right now, and then I'm gonna take it and head over to get a spot for the nighttime show. Okay, I'm headed to the show, but I did want to pop in here because there's some cool Jaws Easter eggs. It's the 50th anniversary of Jaws this year. If you haven't watched our Jaws 50th video where we went to Martha's Vineyard where it was filmed, check it out. It was awesome. But there's some really cool stuff in this store that is left over from the Jaws ride, and they put it in here. You've got Steven's Cannery painted on the wall right there, which is a nod to Steven Spielberg, but that's why the SS is very big. But that was painted on the side of one of the buildings on the ride. It's still on the ride in Japan. Such as there's all these Amity Boat Tour signs, which was the theme of the ride. There's one of the guns from the ride. There's VHS copies of all 4 Jaws movies right there. Up, if you look on the higher up, you see things like Captain Quince, as well as the reward $3,000 bounty to the man or men who catch the shark that killed Alex Kittner. You've got elect Larry Vaughn for mayor, and in this case, you have got some replicas of some of the costumes from the movie, but this was actually a piece of the Orca, the ship from the film, which is amazing. And this Beach is Closed sign is signed by Susan Baccalini, who played Chrissy, the woman who gets killed in the opening scene. Also, that's the license plate that was in the Tyga Shack's mouth. What kind of shack? There's the light that Hooper uses when he goes to pull that tooth out of the boat, size of a shot glass. Anyway, I don't know how long this will all be on display. They had some other stuff they've already taken down, but you know, as a Jaws nerd, I'm thrilled that it got so much attention around the parks and the world this year. Oh, I'm finding more stuff. If you look up here, the scuba tank right there, that is the scuba tank that Hooper uses to go in. I don't got no spit. That's the brand, and then that's ultimately the brand that Chief Brody throws in the shark's mouth at the end. And I almost didn't say hello to Ben Gardner's head popping out of the boat right there. Amazing. Can't stop, won't stop. I came to get a closer look at Ben Gardner's head, and I noticed that there's the caution underwater pipeline right here from the gas co, and also high voltage underwater cable crossing. That's how they kill the shark in Jaws 2, as well as how they killed the shark on the ride. Here on this chalkboard, you've got the shark that Quint draws in the town hall meeting, as well as a presentation called The Stillness in the Water by Matt Hooper, and Chief Brody's business card right here. So again, Jaws nerds, get in here, because it's pretty good. And just like that, night has fallen here at Universal Studios Florida. There's about 15 minutes left of official park time, but we're headed to go the other side of this water right here to watch CineSational, a symphonic spectacular, which is a 22-minute, that's a very long for context, nighttime spectacular right here on the water where they are going to use projections on the water as well as these buildings from across the way, a little bit of pyro, drones, and they are going to celebrate the music of the movies. And if you are like me, you think Universal movies have some of the best scores of all time, we know we can all mostly thank John Williams for that. This is a tribute to all movie music, but mostly that done by John Williams, because this features music from Jaws and Jurassic Park and E.T. and stuff John Williams didn't score, like Back to the Future and Trolls and Shrek and Harry Potter. Oh wait, he did that one. And it is honestly such a joy to watch. I'm thrilled to be able to see it right now. Now, it is a wonderful show, but as you could see, by the time night rolled around here, the park wasn't super duper busy. A lot of people have popped over to Islands of Adventure, which is open later. So typically you can show up 15 minutes early or so and still get a pretty good seat. If it's much busier or you want like the creme de la creme best seat ever possible, I'd say 30 minutes or so. But just anywhere along the Central Park area where you can see the water is a great place to stay. Right there. Anyway, that show gets me every time. And it's not just because the music just immediately tugs on your heartstrings. I know I'm not the only one that hears the Jurassic Park or the E.T. score and just immediately like has an emotional reaction, but the crowd's reaction is so fun. When the crowd realizes what the next song is, like there's a palpable energy when the crowd realizes it's Harry Potter. When the crowd picks up that it's Jaws, you can hear everyone go, oh my God, it's Jaws, it's Jaws. Those 2 notes, that's all it takes. John Williams, 2 notes, and everybody in the crowd is going, Jaws, 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 Jaws. And the kids next to me are freaking out. Each drone that comes on is so spectacular. Also, I have not watched this show, like really sat and watched it since Epic. And I now know Universal is using How to Train Your Dragon 3 parts for How to Train Your Dragon, which is honestly rude because that movie caused me emotional damage. If you've seen it, you get it. But also, please don't ever stop. I love this show so much. It is truly one of my favorite nighttime shows I've ever seen. It is so well done. I think it's one of the best things at Universal, and I think it's one of the most underrated things at Universal, but it is a wonderful, wonderful show if you like music from movies, and who doesn't? And now, I know you're thinking, well, it's 24 minutes past the park close, it's time to go home, but no, you've been here before, you know what our last stop is on these nighttime videos. And I'm super excited we're gonna walk down right here to get there because I just think the Hollywood section with all the neon lights really illustrates what I was talking about in the intro, which is that I just think the parks have a little special magic this time of night. Like the parks are, I think, extra beautiful at night. Like look how beautiful Mel's Drive-In looks. It's got the neon pink and it's all lit up, and soon it'll be Mel's Die-In, which will really, really make me smile. But I mean, just look at this. Look at down the street. That's just magic right there. You know the last stop on any nighttime video is a trip to the store because no theme park day is complete without perusing the gift shop. And all the theme parks have a big store on your way out. Here it's called the Universal Studios Store, and it stays open later than the park. So you can do exactly what we're gonna do, which is buy stuff on the way out. But as I always say, what do you wanna go wait in the long line at the bus right now? You wanna wait in traffic in the parking garage? No, you wanna peruse whimsical knickknacks for franchises you love and adore. So let's see what we got. I mean, right off the bat, look at this ridiculous cup. Is that his teeth's or his claw? His eye Is it a T-Rex? Is it the D-Rex? I sure hope not. I am captivated by the How to Train Your Dragon stuff because I do love a good keychain, and I have the dart and I have the big plushy toothless, but you know, sometimes that plushy toothless is too big, so if there's like a smaller toothless, you know, when I'm trying to put 4 keychains on my bag for Epic, like a sane person does instead of just picking one. There's this one. This one says, oh, it's got hiccup on too. I don't love that. This mug is adorable, but I think would be impossible to drink out of, but I like that his tail's on there. But don't you think the lip, the way it is, like you're gonna have to like tip it like that to get it out, and you're gonna spill, or at least I would. You want to see a nice mug? I have this one. I have the creature one because he's my favorite classic Universal monster, and it's got his hand right there. But I like the whole set. Like, look at Frank right here with the screw. I don't know, bolt. You make me feel alive. And then we've got Bride right here. I like that her lips are red. Fun fact, her hair was red, and it says beautifully dramatic. Oh, wait. I don't need another mug. I bought the Sam Eagle one after enough people told me to, but I simply don't need another one. But look, here's Drac with the bat handle, and it says pain in the neck. Fantastic. And then Wolfman's got the staff right there, and it says the chill thriller of the century. So I think these are fantastic mugs, and I like how big they are too. So just if you need a mug recommendation from a mug expert, there you go. Oh, and I haven't seen this mug, or I've forgotten it exists. It's Dark Universe themed. Is it like color changing? Oh, look. It adds the lightning bolt. That's very exciting. Something about buying this merchandise here feels wrong, though. I feel like if I am going to buy something tonight, that's an if. I have to really feel passionately. I'm going to get something from the classic Universal franchise, not Epic Universe specifically. Ooh, I do like this throwback hat. That's nice. What does Amity Island smell like? It smells kind of like water. Doesn't smell like sharks, I'll tell you that. It's probably for the best. Just says scented candle. I wanted it to smell like Chief Brody, who I imagine smells like Old Spice or a classic cologne, you know? Y'all know I love a bag dongle. I already have this ET who is very good. If I was a big Minion stan, I would get the unicorn because I do think the unicorn, aside from the Minions themselves and Gru and the Garls, I think the unicorn's probably the most iconic thing of that franchise, and it is the thing I would put on a bag because I think it's funny. I'm not that into the Minions. Oh, should we see if they have my name on a keychain? They never do. No, they don't. All right, let's see if they have Max. Yep, Max could have a keychain with his name on it. Let's see about Alan. Alan could too. Wow. Even spelled right for Alan, A-L-A-N, but no Molly. I guess I would have to get number 1 Abuelita or something. Here we go. Now we're looking at the classic stuff. I did buy a lot of this already. I'm not gonna lie to you. I bought that years ago, wore it to Japan. They loved it. I bought this, which I'm obsessed with. It's one of my favorite Jaws shirts ever, which is saying something because I have too many Jaws shirts, but it's a map of all of Martha's Vineyard, and then it's got these little key moments from the movie on it. And I wore this to Universal Hollywood for their Mega Movie Summer. It was a big hit with Quentin Brody. I already bought the Jaws Sipper in Hollywood. Oh wait, we may have found it. This kind of flew under the radar, considering Universal's anniversary was right before Epic opened, but they have a full 35 years of Universal Studios Florida collection, and it's like neon, which I love. Oh, wow. All right, we've got t-shirt, tiny human t-shirt, poster, tumbler, mug, cooling towel, button down, hoodie, pin, lanyard pouch, magnet. I really like this. I really like this collection. I really like this. $20. I'm thinking about the mug, but I own so many mugs. But it's really good. The adult shirt is cute, but I actually think I like the kids t-shirt because I like all of the icons from these iconic franchises. And so we're gonna see if they've got an extra large kids. Update, they've only got youth small and extra small. That's not gonna work out, but you know what, we tried. I'll check back another time. If not, it wasn't meant to be, but you know what, we perused and we had a great time, and that's what's important. Well, the merch wasn't meant to be tonight, but that's a-okay. Don't forget, friends, there is the Universal Studios store on City Walk that's open later. So if you don't see something you like, or you don't see your size, or they started closing the store down at like 9:45, if you're still coming out and they're already closed, it's because they have a whole nother store that you can easily access. And now, as I head to go wrap this video, I'm gonna provide you with one more hot tip, and that's that I know you want your globe pic. I know you want to take a pic with your friends and family in front of the iconic Universal Globe because you had an amazing day here. You just had the best night ever. I know I did. But you know what? You don't want all these people in your shot. You don't know them. I don't want them in my picture. You gotta come to the side. Here's what you're gonna do. You're gonna come around the side. You're gonna go this way, either way, and you're gonna go around the side of the globe. Look how much less crowded it is over here. And if you aim it right, it's really foggy and misty today, but if you aim it right, you can even get the gate right there in the shot. That looks amazing at Horror Nights when it's all lit up spooky for Horror Nights. But look at this. There's like 3 families over here as opposed to 50 families over here. Well, friends, that is a wrap on our best night ever here at Universal Studios Florida. I hope you had fun following along. In just about 3.5 hours of park time, plus a little bit afterwards, we rode 5 attractions, did 3 different feedings, did a little shopping, and saw one of my favorite nighttime spectaculars. Hopefully you had fun following along. Hopefully you saw how easy it is to come to these parks in the evening. I had Express, which helped, but honestly, you did not even need it. So let me know what park we should do this in next. Got Magic Kingdom left over at Walt Disney World. Got 2 more parks here, but let me know what you want to see. In the meantime, check out our other nighttime series. Until next time, friends, make sure to rate, review, subscribe, follow us on social media, come hang out with the Man Fam and Discord. Until next time, friends, I'm Molly, and it's been so magical. Good night.